Saddest things I've ever had to do in my short tenure in farming. This has just been a really rough summer. This field usually produces really good wheat, and as you can see, the wheat is still here.
Hey there, TikTok. Well, I got a text message this morning from one of the landowners and said, I think your corn is destroyed. And, he's not a farmer or nothing. And I was kind of thinking, yeah, probably got some heavy rain, a little bit of gooseneck. I had a little rain at home this morning. This is about 8 miles away. And then he sent me a picture. And I tell you, I've never seen nothing like this. It's nuts. So here's a better view. Just look at it. I put a picture on Facebook and somebody said, can you get out there and bale it or cut it and bale it, chop it? Well, there's really nothing left. It is shredded. Everything's laying on the ground and it's gone.
Trump just called me and said I need to destroy my crop. Let's chop this crop.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your lovely host Beryl, and thank you so much. We are at 7 subscribers. Guys, we are headed somewhere. We're almost there, but by the end of the week I hope we get to 20 subscribers and more. Yes, so you have watched the video compilation of what I have shared with you, right? You've seen the viral clip that I shared with you. Let's just think about the short clip I've shared with you on what's going on and how these farmers are actually just getting that harsh wake-up call. And they were MAGA supporters, right? You know what MAGA is, making America great again. But now it's all turning back. Nothing, no benefits. Some are being bankrupt. They are crying all over their losses. They don't have enough employees. It's not easy for them. They're going through so much right now. The person who they thought would be there for them, who would be supporting them through thick and thin, is now nowhere to be seen, nowhere to just be there for them. So guys, please do not forget to subscribe. Let's dive deep into it and see exactly what's going on. Why are they going through so much? What decision did they make? What is that harsh cruelty that now it's that wake up call that they're getting? Click subscribe. Let's get more of this. Thank you.
Alright guys, I didn't really want to have to get on here and do this, but I had to. These are fiberglass stakes right here. Those big bulky stakes on the back of the truck, wooden stakes. I called 2 weeks ago to get a quote on these fiberglass stakes because we need some more stakes this year. I got a quote, 83 cents. I called the man this morning. I said, hey, I know these tariffs are crazy and everything going on. I said, what can you do me on those fiberglass stakes now if we needed a load? It's a 3-month ETA from time you place the order. He said, Taylor, you don't want to hear this price and I'm about to give you. And I said, well, give it to me anyways. He said, each of those stakes now is going to be $1.74 a piece. And I said, well, and I know both that we can't do that, and that's going to be impossible. So that's just to let you know a little bit of what we're going through out here on our farm and what farmers in general are going through. These tariffs, not the best thing for our country. I voted for Trump.
People are wondering what's happened to the food, why it's so expensive. Here it is on the side of the road. Free oranges.
This is the consequences when we chose the wrong direction. Oh my God. Yes. It is what it is. Make America great. Yeah, low prices.
And now Donald Trump has said that America is for pure-blooded Americans only. I didn't know there was such a fucking thing as a pure-blooded American. Y'all show me one. Show me one true pure-blooded American that's not Cherokee, Navajo, Apache. Huh?
At no point in history have the good guys been the ones who banned books are built concentration camps. So if you're cheering for this shit, you know you're not one of the good guys.
I don't know if it's just me or what, but I was so excited for Trump to get back into office. For what? For what? I mean, prices are still bad. They're rising. Hell, everybody's struggling. I mean, wasn't you supposed to help us? Wasn't you supposed to? But he's not worried about us because, I mean, he's balling. He's rich. He ain't worried about it. So, I mean, I just don't understand. I went from supporting him to, what are you doing for us? Making America great again? No, you're making it shit. Sorry. I may be wrong. It might, I mean, whatever, Biden did, whatever. But Trump's not making it any better. It's hard out here for everybody. It's hard. Trust me, I work at a Family Dollar. It's hard. It don't matter how much you make, okay? Everybody's struggling. Everybody. Just remember that.
Right now, the state of Nebraska, especially the farmers, are facing all sorts of challenges. The Nebraska Farmer Union says producers are facing the toughest time in decades. He said their costs are rising, but the commodity prices are falling, meaning they are finding it hard to turn a profit, and that's hurting the rest of the state's economy.
The GDP numbers for the first quarter of 2025, which is another tool, a measurement to estimate the size of the economy. It does not paint a pretty picture for the state of Nebraska here, and in large part because of the largest industry, which is agriculture. Now, tonight we hear how one farmer is coping with these challenges.
With the interest rates where they are right now, it's putting everybody into a bind.
Bill Landon is one of the many farmers in Nebraska who's in a tight spot financially. According to a report from the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, Nebraska's gross domestic product fell more than 6% in the first quarter, tied with Iowa for the largest decrease in the nation. And it's because of losses in agriculture.
When I first started farming in my first year farming after my wife and I got married in 1974 was... we thought if we could get over $3 for our corn, we didn't know what to do with all the money we could have. And now here are talking $3.60 to $3.80, and even $4. It's right at or below break-even costs.
Prices have dropped for corn, soybeans, and other row crops. Meanwhile, the costs of farming are going up.
And so here you look at the input costs of all of the fertilizer, all of the chemicals, all of the insurance, all of the seed, everything else, plus the price of land, especially if you're a renter. You have an enormous amount of money tied up in a crop.
According to the Nebraska Farmers Union, those raising beef have been doing well, but crop producers are taking it on the chin. Union President John Hanson calling this the worst financial time for family farmers in decades. Landon says one of the ways he's balancing this out is by cutting back on purchases.
If you haven't been able to, put some of your own equity into the farming operation, it makes it really, really rugged.
But Hanson feels this issue in Nebraska should be of a national concern.
It is not in our country's interest to see family farmers and ranchers who produce our food and fiber go broke. That's not good for national food security. It's not good economics. It's not good conservation. It's not good for the future of America.
And Hanson also says he plans to head to D.C. in September in hopes of bringing up the permanent farm bill, which he
said he was going to drop prices. I understood it to be groceries and everyday essentials for the normal person. But I think I misunderstood him, because when Trump says something, it's true. So I'm starting to think he meant like oil prices and like military prices and, other stuff. Because I'm seeing prices go up on groceries and essentials and everyday essentials for the everyday people. Where did I misunderstand? Because I know it's my fault. The man said he was going to drop prices. I know that's what he's doing. I'm just not seeing it on my end. because I work every day, many hours, but I'm still behind. And every time I shop, the prices are higher. Somebody please help me understand where I went wrong and misunderstood Donald Trump when he said prices were going to go down from day one. But on my end, they're going up.
So there's been a ton of news articles over the last month or so about farmers who have fields of rotting produce they couldn't get picked because of the lack of an available agricultural workforce, and they voted for Trump. And they're like, oh my God, won't anybody think of us? Won't anybody think of us? Nebraska is apparently going to be bankrupt because of this stuff. I believe due to a tariff deficit, they are going to be underwater. And then I saw the video earlier. I'm not sure if you saw it. She's taken it down, and I don't want to rip it from somebody else's page. But this lady from Ohio, or Iowa rather, crying about the fact that she cannot afford to buy groceries for her family. And if you go back on her videos, it's nothing but a bunch of pro-Trump stuff about how he is going to fix everything, and the evil, vile liberals are stupid, and they're going to ruin everything, and Daddy Trump's going to take care of us. I don't care. I don't care. Let it burn. Let it burn. My girlfriend and I, often enough, we have some very good conversations about addiction. And I'm so fascinated with it as a concept because I'm a former binge eater. And so I love the way binge eating overlaps with other forms of addiction, and also just discovering the ways that it's different and the ways that it's the same. But she said something to me once, and I think it's the first time I ever heard it. And it's, I can't want it for you. And man, like, we can't be smart for them. We can't make right choices for them. At the end of the day, human beings, no matter how smart or how stupid or wherever they are in between, we have this like death grasp on why we think it is important to make choices for ourselves. And I get that. I think that is like a fundamental, deeply wired desire. We want to have agency over our own choices. But for a certain population, that neurology, that requisite in your brain supersedes your ability to look at someone else and go, they may know more about this than me, and perhaps I should defer to their judgment. And I have said something for about 15, maybe even 20 years now, and it is the fact that the greatest offense that you could do unto a conservative-minded human being is expressing to them that they may not know everything about everything. And, today, the metaphorical today, in recent time, we are very much seeing the final form of a group of this population that it is more important for them to be able to make choices than it is for them to understand the choice they are making, and let it fucking burn. I don't care. I can't care for you. And you have proven that you didn't give enough of a shit about yourself to make the right choice.
Fred Higginbotham.
Hi, Fred.
I've lived in Polk County since '98. I was a firefighter in California. I saw what can happen when a state works together with its people. This state does not know how to do that. I inherited a century farm from my father because he was born, raised here. My great-great-grandfather helped open this university. I am pissed, and I'm pissed at you because I have emailed you because it's easier for me than to try to talk on the phone without profanity. I would appreciate you taking your father's U.S. Constitution book, read it, study it, make your own lines underneath it, and get Trump out of office. The man is a dictator. He knows nothing about what he talks about. I listened to him for about a half hour today, and I got sick at all the lies he brought up. Now, I'm about ready to lose my farm. Do you know why? I'm sure you don't know why.
Lose your what, sir?
Farm.
Farm?
Yeah.
Why is that, sir?
Because Missouri does not have wills. They have trust. They have legal zigzags. And a trust most people don't know anything about. So I'm dealing with a state that's a crooked state, doesn't care about what farmers happen. The only reason why we have farmers today is because the federal government funds them. How much money of our tax money goes to farmers? Farmers work very hard, but they're funded by the federal government, not by selling groceries. That's what Foster Farms and all of those characters, that's where they get their money. The price of steaks, $20 a pound, because of big business. You want to straighten out the budget? Start taxing corporations and the wealthy, like we've been telling you. Do you think we're idiots? Do you think we don't pay taxes? Do you think that we don't have to make budgets? You talk about half-truths when I listen to you. You know nothing about taking care of children because you've always had a really good-paying job. You know nothing about what a working-class citizen does. Come down here. Come down here and start trying to pay your medical insurance. Come down here and walk into Costco to try to feed your family, to feed your kid that's moved out, to feed your great-grandchildren. I had a very good job in California, and I'm able to feed my family, and it goes all the way to great-grandchildren. You're not helping me. Believe me, you're not helping me. You need to take your head out of Trump's ass and start doing your representation of us.
I'm a 56-year-old rural gun-owning white guy. And if Kamala Harris thinks I'll vote for her, she's right. So I was trying to explain to my son how tariffs work. When I was his age, I didn't have a clue. I gave him a very simplified version. I told him that, imagine, son, that you're a cake maker and you sell cakes. You sell cakes in your county and you sell cakes in Smith County and in Jones County. And you're doing really well, selling a lot of cakes. But Smith County, they got their own cake makers, and they want to cut down on your business to help their cake makers. Now, Smith County, they also sell cakes in Jones County. And the health department in Smith County, they come to you and say, well, you're going to have to pay a $1 fee for every cake that you sell in our county so that we can make sure that they're healthy. Well, there's two things that you do. The first thing you do is you add a dollar to the price of your cake for everybody in Smith County. The other thing you do is you start selling fewer cakes in Smith County and more cakes in Jones County. You know, where Smith County is also selling cakes. So you're still selling cakes in Smith County, but they're more expensive because you're not going to eat that dollar. You're not going to just take $1 off your profit to pay Smith County. You're going to increase the price. And the people in Smith County who want your cakes are still going to buy them, but they're going to pay another $1. They're going to pay your tariff fee. Meanwhile, since you shifted some of your business over to Jones County, the cake makers that were in Smith County, their market share went down and they can't sell as many cakes. That's what happened the last time Trump was president. He put tariffs on countries that sell things here that we need, in particular that our farmers need. And those countries, well, they started selling their stuff in other countries, not as much here, and they increased the prices of everything that they sold here that had a tariff on it. And you and I, we paid the price. We paid a higher price for those goods. It was a tax on us. And that's exactly what my son said. He says, Dad, that sounds like another kind of tax. Yes, fine it is. And when Trump did this, we paid a tax, if you will, on his tariffs, and our farmers lost a lot of market share in other countries. We lost a lot of farmers to bankruptcy because of Trump's tariffs last time. And now he's going to be tariffs on steroids. If you believe what he says on his stump speech, he's going to put 10, 20% tariffs on all kinds of countries. Everybody that imports to America, he wants to put a tariff on them. And he says that they're going to pay the price. Well, they're not going to do that. They're going to increase the price of their cake, and we're going to pay for it. I hope that helps people understand tariffs are not the way to go, and Trump is all about tariffs. Good day.
University of Arkansas Division of Agriculture shows that farm bankruptcies are outpacing the last several years.
On a national level, we've already beat out 2024's annual bankruptcies.
Loy's report shows that 15 farms have filed Chapter 12 bankruptcies in the first quarter of 2025. To put that in perspective, there were 16 Chapter 12 bankruptcies total last year. Farm bankruptcies have become half of Jonesboro bankruptcy attorney Joel Hargis's cases.
I have filed more Chapter 12s in the last 6 months than I have in any full year.
Filing Chapter 12 bankruptcies gives qualifying farmers a more flexible repayment structure and allows them to continue farming. But that's only one kind of bankruptcy. More extreme Chapter 7 bankruptcies are those in which debtors must sell off assets, like farms and farm equipment.
I try to steer farmers away from Chapter 7s. If we can fit them into a Chapter 13, great, because it'll help protect the home. It'll protect the vehicles that are needed for the household.
It's unknown how many farmers filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy this year, but one that Channel 7 spoke with believes that it may be more than those filing Chapter 12s, not to mention those filing Chapter 11 or 13. Hargis says despite the odds, many of his farmer clients don't want to give up.
It's what they know. It's family land. It's their blood. You might as well cut off an arm than to sell their pasture or sell their cropland.
Severe weather this spring, tariffs, inflation, and an unfavorable global market and declining commodity prices have all combined to make this a devastating year for Arkansas farmers, for whom input costs are high but returns are so low they have no chance of breaking even. Not helping matters is the fact that the creation of a new farm bill by Congress is 2 years overdue. The existing and outdated bill, which shapes America's agricultural policies, has a subsidy safety net for farmers, but because of inflation, it's not saving anyone anymore.
If something doesn't happen, then I think that we're watching the death of the family farm. I think that we're hearing the death knells. I think that these big farming conglomerates, these big corporate farming operations, they're what's going to take over if Congress does not do something to protect our family farmers.
The big beautiful bill recently passed by Congress updates safety nets for farmers, but even still, the cavalry isn't here just yet.
Now, will it help people right this very second? No, it won't. Let's say you got that payment, the farm safety net payment, you wouldn't get it until 26. It's great, something we really needed, but when we're talking about a lag in the payments, that may cause more issues in terms of can people make it to next year.
There's a lot of hope that a new farm bill will save farmers, but it's already too late for some.
News out of Texas, and if this is happening in Texas, this is happening elsewhere. Multiple farms are shutting down due to lack of workers because the entire workforce has basically fled and is in hiding and not showing up for work. Crops are being left to die in the Texas heat. Livestock is being untended to, unwatered, and unfed. There's just no one to do the work. So this is going to lead to potential food shortages because I'm sure this is happening across the country. Most farm workers are questionably documented. No one else is willing to do the work. This is going to lead to shortages, and inflation is going to go back up as we're going to have to import food from outside.
Dear God, if you've never listened before, Texas is reporting that numerous farms are shutting down. They have no workforce to bring in the harvest. So what does that mean? We're going to have less food available. What does less food mean? Higher prices for what is available. Even the cattle has been left unattended. Now they're gathering people up to make a workforce. Don't even doubt that for a second that that's what they're working on here. However, there's no people now. Now, as we come into fall and everything is ready to be picked and processed, we are in a massive FO moment for the nation. So if you have not stocked up on basic food items that will help you survive, God help you. Because you're going to need it. I don't know what more to say.
Of course, tariffs. We talked in May. Farmers were along for the ride, but they said it would have to be a small ride, a short ride. And we're still sitting here now in August, and things, we see a little bit of delays. We've seen some get done, but yesterday the president sent out a tweet, sent the soybean market flying. Today it's dropping right back off. I mean, farmers are really concerned about this, especially when it comes to China. Where are we at, and what's some message you're hearing from the president?
And this is where we really are seeing a little bit of pain, of course, from the farmers. And they are frustrated with the tariff situation. They've expressed that to me. But then they immediately turn around and they say, we understand why the president is doing this. Yep. So they are feeling pain. But what they want to see is a reset when it comes to trade, and to make sure that we as the United States are getting the trade situation right.
Well, thanks to the big orange gremlin looking motherfucker, multiple farms in Texas just shut down overnight. Why? Because ICE raids made nearly 100% of the workforce completely vanish. People ran, got detained, or flat out got scared to death and never came back. Dairy farms are in panic mode right now. Cows got to be milked every 8 hours. And guess what? Nobody's showing up to milk these folks. This isn't some Texas problem either. This is happening across the entire nation. ICE isn't just out here enforcing some bullshit laws. They are actively crippling our food systems with fear and chaos. You want to talk about consequences? This ain't just about politics anymore, y'all. It's about what's on your table, what's in your fridge, or what's about to be missing from your fucking store. These Nimrods aren't saving America. They're starving it.
Change is coming. Hardworking Texans feel it. Democrats feel it. And so do Republicans who are desperate to rig the system one more time to hold on to power. We are here today to testify against the naked power grab ordered by Trump himself. This redistricting scheme will disenfranchise hardworking Black and Latino communities that deserve to be heard. Texas Republican Party is corrupt to the core. Its spineless devotion to Donald Trump is on full display, with Greg Abbott being the prize pony. All that this blind loyalty to MAGA has brought to the people of Texas is trampled freedoms, liberties, and rights. Maps you draw are how corrupt your reasoning is to justify it. So do your worst, because that's what you're best at. A reckoning is coming, and the people of Texas will render it on November 3rd, 2026.
It's Joe from Georgia. So this is news out of Texas. But folks, these are alarm bells ringing for the entire United States. And our government is not listening. Overnight, multiple farms in the state of Texas completely shut down. And the reason for this shutdown was because they have lost almost 100% of their workforce. Now, we know this is the result of the immigration raids and stricter enforcement, but the ripple effect is going to be felt all the way across this country. Now, you've got crops that are rotting in the fields. You have livestock that is not being attended to at all, and that takes a lot of personnel. And we're talking, so now we're getting every area of food to include meat. And the communities that surround these farms, those businesses and those people who depend on the income from these farms, It's creating disasters for small communities in Texas. Now, this is not stopping at Texas farms. This is going to end up all the way across America, especially in the breadbasket, the middle of the nation, because they have tons of immigrant help. But folks, the alarm bells are ringing. Your food on your plate is being affected. So you got to think about it. It won't be soon until either prices go ridiculously high or you just won't have any food to buy.
Hey, motherfuckers. Look at here. Watermelons in Cordell, Georgia. Yeah, I ain't putting no damn videos up this year, but I've hauled plenty of damn loads. Look at that. Get on the school bus. Well, that's the watermelon bus. Come on down. Go through the washer. Hey, y'all see that? Did y'all see who the was working? It was Hispanics. There won't no damn black folks and white folks. You know why? Because we too damn lazy. Ain't no damn black folks and white folks on no farms no more nowadays. I promise you. Any farm in America, any farmer in America, 99% of them I'd be willing to bet got Hispanic workers. You know why? Because I go to a lot of damn farms. I see it. See, y'all motherfuckers don't see the facts. You don't see the fact that these farmers rely 100% more on the Hispanics than they ever did on black folks and white folks. Now, I know some of y'all damn ignorant motherfuckers probably saying, yeah, that's because they work cheap. No, they don't work cheap, motherfuckers. They work hard. They work hard and they earn their money. You know, that's what's wrong with America nowadays. America has become nothing but a bunch of lazy motherfuckers with their hand out. You know, that's why we f***ed up now. Because we got a bunch of lazy motherfuckers. Hey, y'all motherfuckers have a good day.
You guys want to take a break or no?
Do you want to take a break?
I mean, I don't want to slow the progress down, but I'm not going to complain. It's getting hot. My blood pressure's getting low. You get out there in that watermelon field, when you start chunking the melons, you're out in the middle of here. I think you're in the middle of the Sierra Desert. It is no joke. Hard work, hard labor, long, hot. We were out there, what? Felt like 2 hours. How long was it?
About 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Felt like at least 2 hours. How'd you think I did? I think I held my own pretty good.
Yo no creo que les aguantáis el ritmo.
Oh yeah. Now once I got in the groove of things, I was just, man, you get in the zone and I started doing the twist method. Did you see that? That's pretty awesome. You try walking down a watermelon field. No, I think I'm about to have a heat stroke.
¿Te gustó andar acá?
I don't know if you're speaking Spanish or English right now.
¿Para esta vida?
Oh, hot.
In these rural red communities right now, it's getting real loud. It's getting real loud. I live in a community in mid-Missouri, and the community and the area in which I live, they are definitely not top 1%, right? And they voted because things had to change. And, you know, Democrats were responsible for all of the terribleness, even though, you know, in Missouri, Democrats haven't been in charge in a while. Even if facts say that jobs and the economy overall all over the country does better when Democrats are in charge, they couldn't vote for the Democrat. They had to vote for the change that Donald Trump was going to provide. Now, they also voted for Donald Trump because they were told and promised that there wouldn't be cuts to programs that they know that their communities rely upon. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. There's nobody in this area who doesn't have parents, grandparents, and family relying upon these programs. So yeah, it's getting real quiet. It's getting real quiet around here. Not seeing as many flags. Definitely not as much conversation. Because they're worried. They're real concerned. They're real nervous. And, you know, that doesn't even touch upon, you know, human rights violations that are happening all over this country as we put people in modern day concentration camps. So, anyhow, the silence is loud.
Perfectly good tomatoes are being plowed over instead of picked.
It's a sad scene happening in South Florida.
You can't even afford to pick them right now between the cost of the labor and the inputs that go in. It's more cost effective for the farmers to just plow them right now.
Heather Moling understands the struggles that farmers are facing right now. She's part of the family that runs the Homestead produce stand. Robert is here.
These are local tomatoes here.
She says farmers used to get $16 for a box of tomatoes. It's now down to $3 or $4.
Just a horrible price. Some of that has been from what Mexico's bringing into the country, and some of that has been just with the threat of the tariffs.
Farmers say President Trump's tariffs and the threat of tariffs have caused thousands of acres of tomatoes to go to waste because the cost to pack and pick them is more than what tomatoes are selling for this year.
Up to the Union Station today, we ran ice off as soon as we got here. There was 2 Border Patrol cars that parked right in the middle of Union Station where they're not supposed to park, but you know, they think they're the big bullies on the block. They parked right in the middle of Union Station. So we walked up, our group of veterans, we surrounded their cars and did this.
Citizens, we represent 4 branches of service: Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine. All of us represent combat service. From Bosnia to Kosovo, Desert Storm, Iraq, Afghanistan. If this country's had a conflict, we've been in it. This is a military occupation of America. We do not approve. I do not care about your political affiliation. I do not care who you voted for. We believe that the United States military should not be put on American streets to intimidate American citizens. DC does not have a crime problem. But even in a hypothetical situation, if there was crime, it is not the military's job to conduct law enforcement activities on American soil. By deploying our military, not only are you intimidating American citizens, you are also undermining public confidence in our military.
In the middle of me talking, I saw them walking back, and this happened.
Then you got these wannabe military, paramilitary, established to do nothing but harass American citizens, ICE agents,
Kidnappers,
cosplayers, who are making it even worse. The American confidence in our law enforcement and military is at an all-time low.
And they quickly ran away.
First, what's that mean to you? Is there any honor in kidnapping people? Is there honor in that? That's what I want to know. Is there honor? Bye. Where were you? Hey, it's forever ICE.
Bye.
Steal children.
Bye.
Arrest hard-working people who paying into our democracy and paying into the
We're not leaving until this military occupation of America ends.
In the first 3 months of 2025, 259 farms in the United States filed for bankruptcy, exceeding the total number of farm bankruptcies for all of 2024. This marks the highest number of filings since 2021, according to the University of Arkansas System Division of Agriculture.
Okay, this won't take long. I just want to give you a laugh. Trump went to Des Moines, Iowa to take a victory lap for the passage of his big ugly bill. During that speech, he claimed that his bill saved 2 billion farms, 2 billion with a B. There are only 1.9 million with an M farms in the United States. We have only 350 million people. Does anyone want to talk about Joe Biden losing it again?
How much do you think undocumented immigrants pay into the tax system every year?
Zero?
Nothing.
No, probably nothing. Undocumented, I would guess 0. And why would they pay anything?
My guess is nothing.
Since they're undocumented, $0. $100? $100.
The system. They pay it into the system. Okay. So through ITN number.
It's undocumented immigrants?
Undocumented immigrants. They pay Medicare, they pay Social Security. They don't get Social Security.
Right, but they pay into it. See, I wasn't aware of that.
So you watched that video clip that I shared with you? Yes?
I know you have. I know you have. So, like MAGA farmers who confidently wore that MAGA hat are now facing a very, 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 very harsh reality. Like the reality check is that they never saw this coming, and just trust me, it's going to be harder than a drought in the middle of a harvest season. It's going to be harder than a drought in the middle of the harvest season. So equipment cost, between raising equipment cost, shrinking the subsidies, and trade wars that cut into their exports, the small family farm is now feeling the squeeze like never before. And in corporate, MAGA farmers buying up land and skyrocketing debt. Yes, skyrocketing debt. And now suddenly, the MAGA dream starts to look more like a nightmare. The dream they had, making America great again, it's now a far-fetched dream. It's something that they're not seeing it happening anytime soon. Sadly, now they're in debt, they're going through so much. High cost of living, it's gonna hit so hard for these farmers. And now they're having a wake-up call. Then now, like, what? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Yeah. So that is what is happening. You've watched the video clips of for years. Rural America was actually promised prosperity. Rural America. They were promised cheaper fuel, bigger profits, and good trade deals that would actually put them first. But now, like, many of those promises are actually unraveling, and farmers are now realizing the bill is coming due. The bill is coming due. Yes. So between those rising equipment and the high cost of living, the shrinking of the subsidies, the dream that they have with MAGA is now becoming their nightmare. It's something that they are now dreading to happen. They no longer trust them. You know who? Because they have been betrayed. So guys, here's the truth. Policies that were sold as helping the American farmers often ended up benefiting big corporations while leaving family-owned farms behind. And while the rallies painted a picture of a booming rural economy, the numbers on the ground tell a different story. Those people at the ground, they're going through so much. Land subsidies, high cost of living, they're now trying to buy land is too expensive. The cheap, affordable lifestyle that they were promised is just a dream, far-fetched dream, and their life is now a nightmare. You know what a nightmare is, right? Like, I feel them so much, but your choice, your vote, your choice, right? So imagine working a 16 hours day, 16 hours day, only to watch your crops rot. It's sad and painful. Because of a trade dispute you had no control over. Because of just a trade dispute that it's not even your fault. It just came about and you don't have a hand in it. Imagine losing land your family has owned for generations. Not because you didn't work hard or you didn't work hard enough. No, it's just because the system was rigged against you from the very start. Yes, It's always the system. The system is rigged. The system is rigged. So this is a harsh wake-up call on many MAGA supporters and the farmers who are facing this right now. And the question is, will they keep supporting a system that's breaking them? Or will they finally demand real change? Will they? So if you found this eye-opening, please just subscribe, don't scroll away, hit that like button, okay? And share your comments. I want to hear what you think about these MAGA farmers. Tell me, talk to me. Talk to me on the comment section, please. I am going to reply. These farmers have owned land for generations. It's been like a family property, right? But right now they're facing a lot of challenges that, do you know what? These challenges, they imposed on themselves. What am I saying? When they were choosing the current government, were they thinking of the rest of the people? No, they were thinking of their own benefits. Sometimes, or not even sometimes, every time a political leader comes begging for you to vote for them, please consider everyone around you. Are they going to benefit? Are you benefiting? Is your family benefiting? And do not just listen to their propaganda. No, listen to read and understand policies, their manifestos, and the problem is some do lie. Politicians are liars, sorry to say. But I'm sorry to say this also, most of you MAGA farmers, MAGA supporters, were only putting the current government in office so that mass deportations could be happening, even though these people who you want deported are the major source of employees in your farms. Now you have crops going bad, harvest rotting on the farm. Why? You can't do it alone. And the cheap, affordable labor that you are having have now been deported. Like, next, I understand that you need to be a legal citizen, but you also hire these people for cheap labor, right? Right? And if not, why would you choose somebody who is like that? Like, have you seen him making decisions? They're very rash and irrational at the same time. So, guys, next time a president, a leader is asking for you to vote for them, please consider the rest of the communities who are also begging you to look into it and assist them. Do not just be selfish. Now look, the consequences are here upon you. The land is yours. Land tariffs have increased. Now you're fighting a battle you didn't even know how it began. Have you listened? Yes. Please hit that subscribe button and I hope you have a fantastic, wonderful rest of your time. Bye.